Hello, it's Rob from Harlem Lofts. Good morning. It's Friday, June 19th. We're doing our weekly market reports. Who is Harlem Lofts? We've been selling townhouses and condominiums in Harlem for over 20 years. This is our focal area. Go to harlemlofts.com, go to our resource tab at the top. You can sign up and get market reports like these. You can get some other free information and come to our webinars. Go to the bottom of harlemlofts.com, follow us on social media, and we can stay in touch with you that way. Today, we're going to talk about the three things. We're going to talk about the townhouse report and then the condo report and a little bit about rentals. What's exciting this week is that we are opening as of, I just got the news that we're opening Monday. We, as in the real estate community, will be able to start showing properties again. It's been a long 3, almost 4 months, and we're excited about that. So you'll start to see open house tabs on the websites, on StreetEasy and some of the other sites that you use in New York City. You will also note that if you have a listing, it will start the counting on the larger websites, the syndicated sites. They stopped counting in March how long properties have been on the market. That will start again on Monday. So if you have a property that's been on the market for 3 months, you've benefited from that. But starting Monday, everyone will know how long it's on the market. So just take that into consideration if you're buying or selling strategically. All right, so let's talk about townhouses. Okay, so townhouses. There's a little bit of lag between sold and recorded now, so we may change our format next week and talk about just the recorded date. So last week we mentioned that there was only, I think, one townhouse had sold in a 3-week period. Well, as of this morning, 2 more were recorded and they go back, so our charts are going to change. So let me just talk about the total this year. Our total since March 15th, we've had 11 townhouses sell, whereas last year at this time we had 21. So we're below 50% of what's sold. The exact date they get recorded sometimes throws off our charts and they change because of the delay. But what happened this week, 2 were recorded. One of those closed in the end of May. The other one closed 8 days ago. 417 East 118th Street, a small 3-family, a moderate renovation. Didn't look to be on the market. Looks like it sold off market. That one sold for $2,275. Not a bad price for either the buyer or the seller. That's pretty much market. And then we had an interesting one on 120th Street, great street right off of Lenox, number 108 West 120th, the property I know very well. We used to rent units in there for the owner, and it happens to be a neighbor of mine. That one, it looks like it traded at $2,549,000. Buyer probably got a nice deal on that one. It's a decent property, moderate renovation, but a great block. So that's what we had recorded in the last 2 to 3 weeks. What that is telling us is we haven't seen a lot of single family or 2 families. We're seeing the 3s and the 4s, and I can tell you that if you look at our 8 or 9 listings that we have right now, the majority are multi-family properties, and most all of the phone calls we're getting are investors looking for multi-unit buildings. So again, if you remember, the rent laws changed in 2019. Big buildings are harder to add value to. Smaller buildings that are unregulated are where the money was shifting into in January. And it looks like those investors and those buildings for the 3 and 4 unit buildings are the ones that are coming out of the market first. 1 and 2 families will definitely follow. If you look at some of the reports, like on Redfin or Realtor.com, the data that I'm seeing is that, at least from a search standpoint, 34% higher. People searching for single-family homes right now on the internet, it's 34% higher than it was last year. True, that may not mean anything because everyone wasn't sitting at home with COVID-19 last year, so that might be the case. However, I know me and most of you out there have jumped on a website and looked at something, some life-changing event that you may have considered with your spare time. So that will probably move into more people buying and moving, and the single family market changing. And some of those people will be someone who wants to move into Harlem or Upper Manhattan, whether it be from downtown or from the suburbs, where Harlem is where they're going to land. So if you do have a 1 or 2 family home that you want to put on the market right now, I don't think it's a bad idea, although because people are searching for them, although most of the activity is in the 3 and 4 family market at this time. So as far as sales volume, a little less than 50% of last year. Again, we only sold 11 properties since March 15th. We meaning the real estate community in Upper Manhattan. Last year it was 21. Okay, I hope that helps you. We definitely will see more properties on the market. And the big websites are changing and starting to, I mentioned it in the introduction, they're starting to count the days that are on the market. So what that means is your broker needs to be in close touch with you to let you know your property is getting stale. You need to make the proper adjustments, whether it's fix it up, reduce the price, or do something to get that traffic through there. Because guess what? Monday we start showing properties again, and we're excited about that. So let's talk about condos. Okay, condominiums. The condominium market has not held it's not as steady as the townhouse market we just talked about. Basically, since March 15th, we've had only 28, we meaning the real estate industry in Upper Manhattan, have only sold 28 condominiums. Last year at this time, same period, 79. So the number of sales has gone down tremendously, 64%. The number of properties on the market is also down. And that's we are expecting it to change, as I keep indicating, and that'll happen in a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, I believe. So out of the 28 properties that sold this year, there was 21.4 million. Where last year's 79 sales were at 72 million. So sales volume was reduced by 70.4%. What does that tell us? Right now, a lot of people are holding their condos off the market. There are fewer condos on the market. There are 64% less sales than there were last year. So what is going to happen here as we open up Monday and we start to show condos? I think you're going to see an influx of condos within the next 2 weeks now, that where everyone's been holding off hit the market, and our reports will have to look back and see which ones are trading. I can tell you that now the big discounts are 40% of the people that have condominiums listed between 2 and 3 million, which is a bigger condo in Harlem, are discounting their properties, but not by much, only a couple of percent. The larger percent discounts are under 2 million, where 27% of those people with condos under 2 million are discounting them 9%. And I can tell you a couple have traded that I know of within our office, and the discounts weren't that heavy. So I guess the jury's still out. We're opening up Monday, and you're keep an eye on the market. We're going to start talking next week about actually what has traded in the condo market and what is coming on the market, because I think it's going to be more relevant as we open up for showings. Okay, so as we exit, we'll just mention rentals again. We rented a few, and we have a few more. So the rental market is definitely the most active out of all. People leaving and people coming in, and I guess not wanting to make permanent decisions. So the rental market is active, a lot of movement in it. So I'll leave it at that. So again, we're with Harlem Lofts. If you're interested in following us, come into our webinars. The second quarter webinar or mid-year seminar that now will be a webinar is going to be on July 10th. You can go to our resource tab at the top of the website, sign up for that. We'll give you the exact time and how to get connected with us. That's going to be interesting. And if you go to the bottom, you can follow us on Facebook and YouTube and all that good stuff. So harlemlofts.com. I'm Rob Pear. We're going to continue these weekly updates, although we'll change the format a little, like I said, going forward with the stuff coming on the market and the stuff that's actually trading, so you can make some strategic decisions in your own purchasing. If you need any help pricing your condo or selling it, give us a call. And again, we have an upcoming event on July 10th. So We're opening up Monday, and we're excited about it. The real estate industry is going to be hopping and jumping, so stay tuned for constant updates from us. And thanks for joining. Bye-bye.